Welcome to the quietest ones in the room with your host, Trey. I gotta say it, just the mere fact that you clicked onto this video and you're listening to the sound of my voice, you by far are the most intelligent people on the face of the planet. So once again, thank you for joining me. Here we go again, the media playing the fear game. I just want to read this headline to you, and then we will get into this discussion. It reads, Trump tariffs set to unleash double-digit price increases in some Walmart departments, per its CFO. Before we dive into what this article unpacks, let's not forget this. This year started off extremely wild. We had terror attacks, we had natural disasters, we had the uncertainty of a new presidential administration taking over. We've had so-called tariff wars. We've had a stock market that had a major drawdown. But in this last week, ladies and gentlemen, we've had a trade war that has found a deal between the United States and China. We have a stock market that has rebounded. I looked at the S&P and it's literally rebounded. But all the while, the greatest economic crash that was supposed to ever take place, that you heard over and over and over people talk about online, and never happened. The housing market crash that people talked about over and over and over again, it never happened. The auto crash never happened. And as the stock market is back, booming again, you're seeing articles written about, oh, it's running out of steam. You're seeing President Trump travel all over the globe, getting gifted airplanes, shaking hands with leaders from all over the world, making deals. And yet, the idea of a collapse is still being presented to you. The idea that you're not going to be able to afford things is still being presented to you. And I'm not here to argue against that, because I understand that there are some people who are definitely struggling right now. And it makes sense because of the wealth issues we have in this country in particular. But let's get into this tariff conversation. Per the CFO, John David Rainey, he says low prices is what we stand for, and we're going to keep prices as low as we can for as long as we can. Says, but when you look at the magnitude of some of the cost increases on certain categories of items that are imported, it's more than what retailers can bear. It's more than what suppliers can bear. Now, I won't bore you with any more of the particulars of this article, but what I will say is this. It doesn't specify what items. It doesn't specify what items that are being imported from, let's say, China are going to go up in price. All this article is trying to present you with is the idea that prices will skyrocket after a trade deal has been completed. But haven't I already said before, housing, the prices are going to continue to go up because inflation is real. Autos, the cost of a vehicle is going to continue to go up because inflation is real. Your goods and your services are going to go up because the cost of inflation is real. And moreover, companies love taking advantage of opportunities to raise their prices and keep them there because of said dilemmas that are taking place in that particular time. It happens over and over and over again. So one could blame tariffs for the price increases, but ultimately, companies can decide what to set their prices at and how to set those prices, how to make those adjustments. They know exactly what they need to do. But there are times when companies can take advantage of opportunity and make more money for themselves. Listen, I love Walmart as a company. I shop there. And the prices compared to other locations like Target, Food Line, if you're doing groceries, or Amazon, the prices are phenomenal. And I guarantee that as the weeks go on, and this is why I wanted to bring this up, because I guarantee as the weeks go on, even though a trade deal has been completed, you will continue to see many people of whom I am starting to conclude myself they are anti-American. And they are vampires trying to suck not only your income out of your life, but also your vitality and your sanity. These people must be ignored and stopped at all costs. So what I was going to say is that over the next couple weeks and months, I'm certain you're going to continue to see the doom and gloom perspective on what the economy is going to look like moving forward. And again, I'm not saying that there aren't possibilities of things getting really bad, because as I've mentioned before, in a particular economic pocket in this country, it is set up for you to lose over and over and over again, for the money that you make to be siphoned out of your hands over and over and over again. And the only thing that's going to change that is changing the tax system. The only thing that's going to change it are politicians getting serious about putting opportunities in the places where they're needed most and helping the people who need it most. Otherwise, the wealthy will continue to siphon from you, and they will continue to present talking heads on large media platforms and pay for individuals on YouTube and TikTok to present the outlandish ideas that provide you nothing but fear, so you can run to the store and spend money on things that are unnecessary, or decide that you're not going to buy a home and just rent, or just whatever decisions you're making. Don't allow these people to get you into a trap, especially if you're young. You haven't lived enough life if you're in your 20s to understand what it's all about. But be mindful of who you listen to as it pertains to things that dictate how you spend your money. But listen, the reality is prices always go up. And what we need more than ever right now are wages to go up. The opportunities to make more money go up. I had a previous conversation on this channel where I talked about the new normal of layoffs. Seeing individuals that I know getting laid off left and right, finding opportunities, but nonetheless, it's a painful experience. And then imagine you just got laid off, you're counting your money, you're thinking about your future, your retirement, your family, and then on the front page of a newspaper, or as soon as you open your YouTube app, or you go on CNN or Fox, the first thing you see is that Walmart is about to increase prices on your ass. It's the last thing that you want to see. Because every dollar you spend matters. And so I know that prices are going to go up on particular things, but you have options. And let's understand, once again, prices are always going to go up. So as I always say, stay focused on you, your family, the ones that you love, and don't get baited into these conversations about a collapse that no one is sure is going to happen. And at the end of the day, no one knows the future. It could, but what are you going to do about it? Are you going to stress about what's going to happen tomorrow? No, don't stress. Enjoy today. Enjoy the moment and be blessed. So anyhow, please share your thoughts in the comment section regarding this topic. It's just fascinating to me, the trade war that everyone was calling it. The deal's done. So what about the discussion of prices coming down? Well, that's not hot. That's not a clickable topic, right? So it's all mind games, and it's a part of the system and how it plays out. But again, please share your thoughts in the comment section regarding your projections on the future. With the trade deal done, do you foresee the prices of goods and services coming down in a meaningful way? Do you see manufacturing coming back to the United States in a meaningful way to give people opportunities? Do you see business growth taking place to give people opportunities to increase their wage options? What do you see? What are you going through? Or have you recently experienced a layoff? Do you know of individuals going through layoffs right now? What is the real deal? But anyhow, as always, thank you for listening. Please like, share, and subscribe. And as always, until next time.